Relationship.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, everybody, welcome. It's Monday night. I'm so glad to be with you this evening. We're in for a very, very special training. Beth Leopold, PMD Plus, gave this training about 3 weeks ago at the Blue Ridge Boot Camp. Then she was on the Carrie Daigle call. She did it again. There are so many amazing teaching nuggets here. Some of it is old school. Those of you that have been around with me for 20, 25, 30 years, you're going to hear some old school, but it's so worth listening to again. She poses 3 questions. I'm not going to repeat them. I'm going to let Beth do that. Kathy, there will be a few commercials in here because it's just what it is. Kathy, when you're ready, go into record mode. It's a 30-minute call, guys.
How you see we can grow that community even more. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be on. I have just got home from the boot camp, the Blue Ridge Boot Camp, which was absolutely amazing. Thank you, Kurt Beavers and the team for putting that on. I was excited to present this. And it kind of spiraled from Carrie's call that I was on a few weeks ago. And then also a topic that I had been really discussing with my sponsor, who's Chris Drobes. We build our business, the business between the posts. It kind of came to me to say, I'm going to finally put this together because it's teaching you to have real conversations, stronger relationships, lasting impact. And I hope you're comfortable today. I'm going to probably go kind of quick because I want to have you to really listen, engage, and think about yourself becoming really improving relationships. And you do not have to be a social media expert at all to do this business. I love to say this. Let me ask you real quick, Jim. Can you see that the screen changed? Can you see that my screen changed? Okay, perfect. All right, we're set. So I'm going to ask you this question. Are you building a following or are you building a business? So for those of us that just think we're going to build this business on social media, there's so much more to it. I'm not here to teach social media today. I'm here to teach what builds a business that lasts. And I say to people, are you collecting likes or are you creating leaders? And if Facebook or social media disappeared tomorrow, would your business continue to grow?
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for car insurance. That's how much I was paying, okay? I picked up the car.
My story. I started this business 19 years ago. Here's some of my awesome, amazing leaders. And I forgot, blessed to have the team that I have. I feel that I really work hard to have relationships with our team. It's very important. I started this business without Facebook. So did Chris. We talk about it all the time. Most of the people here, I'm sure Carrie, we know that Carrie Daigle didn't have Facebook. I mean, he probably still had the phone with the long cord in the wall when he started. They had cassettes back then. And so I wanted to do this on no Facebook, no followers, just relationship. And that's still important today. And that's where everything changed for our business. So I don't know if you remember this, but Jay Martin said years ago, I remember him on stage saying, it's not Facebook, it's face look. And it is so important, when you have a conversation with someone or they hear your voice, he said it years ago, and it's so true. I can't tell you how many people have joined my business after years of our first conversation, not because of a Facebook post, but because we stayed connected, we checked in, we celebrated birthdays, we have, prayed for each other, we've walked through hard seasons together. That's what relationships do. Social media is incredible. I do use it today, okay, because it is a great platform. It allows me to stay connected with people all over the country. It creates awareness. It creates curiosity. Sometimes it even starts conversations. But here's what I've learned after 19 years. Social media gets attention. Relationships change lives. There's a difference. Attention's easy to get. Trust takes time. Likes are instant. Relationships are intentional. One creates followers. but the other one creates leaders. And that's what this business can magically open the door for you. That is, I'm going to share a little bit about my why really quick. I went to my first conference. All right, we are getting ready for the Tampa Juice Plus Super Bowl. I am telling you, I had excuses for the first conference. Our house was in foreclosure. We were ready to file bankruptcy. I was searching for a way out. I found a purpose bigger than I thought, and it changed everything. But let me tell you, it was conference. It was conference. And I signed up as a partner and a customer the same day. I didn't do much, but 2 years later, we were faced with foreclosure. And I remember sitting on that front porch and those papers came. And I had said, one of my teammates actually said, let's go to conference. I was afraid to fly and I didn't have the money. But you can make excuses or you can make money. And I was like, I've got to do something different. I sold my gold. I heard this weekend, Sue Burdick was with us and I loved it. She said, there's no PB and TV. Go sell a television to get to conference. I thought it was great. It really resonated with me because I sold my gold. And I had a wellness event in my home and made the money to go to conference. And what I can tell you is I sat at that conference. I really got my relationship with Chris and got moved to a higher upline. She didn't bring me into the business, but she was right there when the student's ready, the teacher shows up, and someone somewhere in your business as an upline is ready to work with you. And she was. I went home on Monday. I wrote my why, and I said, I'm going to do this. It was not just a business. It was a second chance. You know, I wasn't looking for something to do. I didn't have followers. I had conversations. If you had seen these two pieces of paper, these just stand out to me. The compensation plan, which we still have the stairway to, you just move from one position to the next, you build your belief. And as you go, and then I had those bankruptcy papers, you know, which one would you focus on? You may be in a problem today or a situation. Think about what the company can open the door and the opportunities they have for you. So that's a little bit about the why. Another big thing is the business keeps showing up year after year. You know, I want you to stop thinking about, I need to do more, and start thinking, I just need to keep showing up. I think this is one of the biggest things that people fail at. They do a little bit and then they disconnect. They do a little bit and they disconnect. And I will tell you, you have to keep showing up. This business doesn't take a lot of time. It takes consistency. I'm sure you've heard that before. And the business keeps showing up. I've had people ask me over the years, Beth, what's your secret? Truth is, I don't really have a secret. The business kept showing up because I kept showing up. I kept reaching out to team. I kept, getting on calls, being in the game. People would come back to me saying, you know, I see you're still doing this business. And there were seasons I was excited. There were seasons I was discouraged. There were seasons I was busy. There were seasons that got hard. There were seasons we moved. There were seasons I was actually sick. I was sick in bed 9 months, but you could still do this business and then change your why and come out and have another why to do it. There were times we went through digital transformation, right? Okay, those times are over. We've got the best app ever. But I never stopped building relationships through all of that. If you only build when you're motivated, your business will always be inconsistent. But if you build because it's part of who you are, your business becomes sustainable. I show you this picture and I just show you this because you might think that's success, but you don't see the thousands of conversations, the thousands of follow-ups, the thousands of the people that said no, the people who disappeared, and the relationships that took years to build. And don't remember, there's purple marbles down in your organizations. Don't just work with frontline. People bring on people, and there's deep reasons in your organization to dig deep all the time. You never know who's down there. All right, let's talk a little bit about consistency over intensity. I think this way. I don't build business, I build people, and people build businesses. Small, consistent actions and activities help build your business. Show up when it's not convenient. Reach out even when you don't feel like it. Build relationships, not just a list. Don't just make a list. Go after the relationships. Leaders, anyone can be intense for a week. All right, we talked about that, about showing up. Leaders become leaders because they stay consistent for years. Today, we have better tools than ever. We've got better tracking, we've got better sharing, better training. And when I started, we had CDs to send. I know before me, there were cassette tapes. We didn't have everything that we have. Our technology's better. We've got the tools. This isn't the season to sit in the sidelines comparing today to 5 years ago. This is the season to get back into the game. The leaders who win over the next 5 years won't necessarily be the most talented. They'll simply be the ones that decide to do it. And that's why we're here. That's why you're on the call today. We make those decisions and go after it. I want to talk a little bit about a relationship rhythm. Relationships are, we think about the person that invited you to the business, who built the relationship with you. I think this way. I want you to think this way. I don't build businesses, I build people. And people build the business. And that's the magic. Chris believed in me. Chris built me up to believe that I could do this business. I didn't have any experience in this. I was a physical therapist helping people get their hip and knee replacements going and getting them out of bed. I was never thinking of this. But she believed in me, and I had a strong why. The why that makes you cry. You got to get deep with that. The things I found that changed lives. These are the things. Listen really closely here. This is what changes lives. It could be a phone call you make. It could be a coffee meeting. It could be a voice message you leave. It could be a 3-way connection. It could be showing up when someone's struggling. It could be believing in someone before they believed in themselves. But none of these require Facebook. It's not a like. It's a meaningful conversation. And we need to take a little bit more time. And this will build relationships and the magic for people to trust you in your business. I want to teach the 80-20 rule. I think it's really important. A lot of us like to talk. How many of you have ever been in a conversation where the other person never stopped talking, right? Oh my goodness, how do you get out of that? I learned skill sets to get out of that. And that was really through the personal growth that I've taken. We all get personal growth in this business. I want you to think about it. I've learned that the most effective leaders talk about 20% of the time. They listen about 80% because people love talking about themselves.
See this? This is what cortisol and hormones usually do to a woman's body after 50. They say.
So you want to listen with more intent, hear people and respond with purpose. When you do, people feel valued. They're going to trust you. They're going to make a connection with you, and they're going to be more open to what you have to share with them. Listening is harder than talking. That's why it's such a valuable leadership rule. Work on it. I encourage you to listen to someone. Don't interrupt. A lot of times you want to interrupt and tell them something. Wait, let them finish the conversation. The one thing that I learned from Cheryl Cortese, I love this statement, is when someone talks to you, think about what they're saying, because sometimes you may forget, and go back and say, so what I hear you saying is, and repeat their struggle back to them. So what I hear you saying is you're really struggling with your health right now. So what I hear you saying is there's not enough money at the end of the month to pay your bills. So what I hear you saying is you don't see a way out in 5 years. That's a magic thing that you can naturally say, and it puts it back for them to think, wow, she's right. She's right. And they gain trust. Great leaders ask questions. All right, let's go through some of these. People don't open up because we have the right answers. We don't have to have the right answers. I always tell my new team, if someone asks you a question, say this: that's a great question. I'm going to go get the answer for you if you don't know it. And we'll get an answer. And it could be about the product, because I don't know everything. Nutrition changes every day. Our company, things change. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm a passionate mom who really helps people make healthier changes in their lives, and it can help families build an income on the side or change their life. Because the one thing that really burdens my heart is that most divorce ends in financial struggle. And if I can help a family stay together because of that's one of my whys. People don't open up because we have the right answers. They open up because we ask the right questions. How many of you enjoy talking about yourself? Most people do, right? So stop making every conversation about you. When we ask better questions, we stop selling and we start serving others. I'm going to walk through some of these questions. Let's just talk about this. Because there's reasoning behind. Tell me about your family. So this tells me what matters most to them. People don't care that I remember their order. They care that I remember their daughter's name. So think about that. It's the personal thing. So when you get a new customer in the app, it's really great because there's a note section there. Go in and write the child's names, anything about the person. We have the best tool now on that app. And you're going to always have that because, as I say, Facebook could go tomorrow, social media can go, but you're going to have your app in your phone, which is going to allow you to keep remembering these things. What's your biggest health or life goals right now? So here, I'm not trying to tell them what they need. I'm trying to discover what they want. There's a huge difference there. How about this one? What would life look like if you achieved that goal? This moves people from facts to emotion. People make decisions emotionally. Number 4, what's been your biggest challenge? This tells me that what's standing in their way, guess what? Now I know how to help them. And when you know how to help someone and you can help meet their need, they're going to trust you and they're going to join you, or they're going to order from you, or they're going to join your team. Number 5, what have you tried already? This helps me avoid recommending something they've already failed with. It also helps me understand their frustrations. People could have a hesitation about the product, or maybe they tried a business. Maybe they didn't have the right leadership, or they spent money on a product that didn't work, or someone didn't take good care of them. Knowing these things can allow us to be better, do better, help them in a better way. Number 6, what would support or help look like for you? I love this question because everyone needs support differently. Some need accountability, some need encouragement, some need education, some just need someone to believe in them. And that makes the biggest difference in the world. Number 7, what's most important to you? These are great questions to ask people and team, and it goes deeper than just asking a basic question. This question uncovers values. When you understand values, relationships become deeper. I used to think that great leaders had all the right answers. Now I believe something completely different. Great leaders ask great questions. Questions unlock people's hearts. Questions create trust. Questions help people feel seen. Do you notice something? Not one of these questions mentions Juice Plus products, compensation, or business. That's intentional because people don't want to be someone's next sale. They want to be someone's next meaningful conversation. When people know you care about them first, the business becomes a natural extension of the relationship, not the starting point. I hope that helps you today with some of those great questions to ask. Let's go to the 5 reasons every leader uses 3-way connections. This is where the magic happens. Let's start with this. I've been asked for years, what's your secret? If I could teach you one thing, this would be it. I do 3-way calls because belief grows in community. 3-way connections. You all know, some of you know that 98% of what I've done in this business is a 3-way call. And we're going to talk about that. But 3-way connections help build belief and grows your community, your team. When someone's brand new, they don't believe yet. We know that when they do their beliefs. There may be a low belief in the product, a low belief in the business, the industry. They don't believe in themselves. They don't believe they can answer questions. They don't believe they can build. We lend out our belief when we do these. They learn confidence from day one. Remember that belief isn't borrowed, it's built. This is the one foundation for everything. When someone joins your team, they usually don't believe that they can do it, that they know enough, that they'll be successful. People will listen to them, but a 3-way connection allows them to borrow your belief until they develop their own. So here's an instance. When I started this business, Chris lived on the other side of Florida. We weren't together, but she taught me the power of a 3-way connection call and a 3-way phone call. because I didn't know the answers. But if I could quickly get someone on a call to her, she could answer their questions, build their belief, ask the right thing. I remember times that I brought people to the phone. I didn't say much. She asked the right questions. She knows she'll laugh because I really wanted to throw up the first time we did one. But when we did it, I got off the phone. I remember hanging up. She asked one of my customers what they loved about the product and that it had helped them with asthma. Her kid child, Chris says, well, what if you could help other moms feel the way you felt? And I was like, wow, that's amazing. I got my little verbiage notebook because we're great students. You got to be a great student. I have it today. And on my verbiage notebook, I wrote that question down and I still ask that today. I encourage you all, when your uplines go to work for you and do calls for you and they talk to people, try not to multitask. That's your time to write down what they say and be a good student and learn those words that resonate with you that you can teach. And that's where the magic happens because that's duplicatable. My notebook is duplicatable. It's been duplicatable 10 lines down, 8 lines down, 5 lines down, with some of the same things that Chris taught me. So remember that people become confident because people don't become confident because they memorize scripts. They become confident because they hear your conversations. They're modeling communication and not giving them a script. Confidence isn't taught, it's experienced. After hearing a few 3-way conversations, people start saying, I think I can do that. That's when leadership begins. Every 3-way connection gives someone the courage to have the next conversation on their own. And that's really your goal. That's creating independent. It's that validation that comes from it. That creates duplication. That's where your business goes, in community. This may be the most overlooked benefit. 3-way connections remind people they're not alone. Instead of me against the world, it's we're building it together. Yes, community keeps people around long after excitement fades. I feel a lot of us are still here because of the community. And that's a really special thing. That is a very special thing that we need to remember. People may join for a product or an opportunity, but they stay because they found the people who believed in them.
Wondering where to invest $1,000 in 2026? And if you're thinking about investing in AI, don't.
So how we do, there's so many ways now, you guys. You can do them on the phone. You can do a Zoom. I still love the phone. Why? Because when I started this business, my kids both wanted to play college basketball. And that was 15 years of travel ball. That was becoming a homeschool mom that I never thought I'd do. And let me tell you, the year we became a homeschool family was the year we reached 100 clubs. So rip up your excuses. We didn't even have great technology back then. That was an interesting time. But, you know, when you show up, the team will show up. And they did. We became a 100 club. Our life changed dramatically. Was able to travel 15 years with the kids. Audra I'm not saying that she got 13 Division I offers. We visited every college to see which would be the best fit for her. That takes time. If you have a full-time job, you can't do that. I had that phone in my pocket and I could call from anywhere. I could do a 3-way call, honor people's time, get people on the phone and teach that duplication. We've got Zoom now, so you can make that connection. You can do it through Facebook Messenger, text, voice memo, or just have coffee. It means a lot. I want to show you something I'm going to talk here a little bit about our 3-way call. It reaches the largest number of people quickly. It's efficient. It builds relationships. It supports team. It gives validation. I love to say this to new people. We go to work for you. I remember Chris saying that. I'm going to go to work for you, Beth. You bring the people and I'll go to work for you. And they're completely duplicatable. So connection, confidence, and community, that's how it's made. When someone brings someone to me for the first time, they get to be on mute. I usually tell them to get their notebook out, be a good student, listen to what I say. And that's where the magic happens. Validates. Chris was always ahead of the game. She was ahead of me, you know, I think maybe 12 years in the business, 15, I can't remember exactly. But when I started, I thought, man, she knows all the right questions, but she learned it from Cheryl Cortese, who learned it from Jeff Roberti. And that's why we're still here today. This is a new way I've done some 3-way connections. Let me introduce you to Jenny. She's the senior sales coordinator on our team. She loves to do customer care. And she always wants to involve me because she knows the power of it. And sometimes if we don't want to make a phone call, I want them to see my face. So let's look at this. She'll put a quick message through Messenger or text. She wrote this the other day, and we did this. Good morning, Kayla. This was her new customer. Wanted to introduce you to my great friend, Beth. We get to love on our Juice Plus customers together, and I wanted you to hear her story. Beth will post a short video below. So hearing me, I'm just outside the RV under a gazebo, and I just share from my heart. Say, hey, Kayla, I'm going to share my story. She's a mom, so I shared my story about my kids, haven't been on antibiotics, no injuries. Audrey played basketball for 6 years. It's like her coach ordered Juice Plus. Her coach at college actually joined our team. I mean, people saw what was happening. They saw the health of our kids. So I just share a quick story. Don't make it super long. I want her to feel my energy. And she responded, hey, sorry it took me so long to respond. The past couple of days have been crazy. Thanks for sharing your story, Beth. Yeah, we just started and I've already seen some changes, excited about what's to come. And Jenny responded, I love that you're already seeing changes. The little wins in the beginning are often just the start. I'm excited for you. And I love this because you can do this anytime. You schedule some time or Jenny sends me a couple people and we do these really quick. And you know what this does? This has opened the door for Kayla now to maybe come to a 3-way call for me when Jenny says, you've got such a great story. Beth and I want to share the business. She's not going to be scared. She's going to already know who I am. So see how this is? This is developing relationships that will last forever. All right. I hope that helps. I'm going to talk a little bit about the 24-hour rule. This is important. You gotta get back to people. All right. I mean, I have seen it in our team. Someone asks a question and the sponsor doesn't get back. Oh, they haven't looked at the message for a week. I mean, are we building a business? Do we want a real paycheck? We have got to be on the ball for this. Small moments become big relationships when you don't wait. One thing that's changed my business over the years is I don't let momentum die. People are the most excited when they first engage. That's when relationships are built. This is why people feel remembered, people feel valued, people feel important, and those feelings create trust. Trust creates belief, and guess what? Belief creates action. And if you don't have momentum in your business right now, you can start it tomorrow because all it takes is for you to do a couple things to build your relationships. And I'm going to give you that activity right. Oh, it's not yet. Here's something else. We're going to get to that in a second. This was the next one. Momentum has no expiration date. So if someone watches your video, and how cool is it that we have that on the app? They comment, they ask a question, they start on the product, or they join your team. Don't wait 3 days. Don't wait until next week. Connect within 24 hours. When we get a new teammate, we're starting to send a quick video. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. We introduce them on the Facebook page. Welcome to the team. They're blown away. They see they're already part of a community. It's important. Even if you have a small team, you start with that. When you bring on someone, if you don't have a team, get your sponsor or get someone in your upline connected to them so they hear a story and they build a belief and they can build third-party validation in you. All right, examples of relationship messages. So let's talk a little bit. You can always snap a picture of these. Examples of messages. You guys, I know everyone always wants something to say. I noticed you watched the video. What stood out to you? I learned that right away. Don't say, what did you think? Because that could go either way. What stood out to you? How can I help your family get healthier? I saw your order ship. Let me know when you open it. Why? Because maybe they'll post a picture and put it on social media, or maybe I can just be in the excitement with them. You've been on your products for a week. How are you feeling? Are you getting into the daily habit? That's important. It sounds simple, but most people don't do Juice Plus or they stop taking their product because they're not in the habit. I was thinking about you today. I loved your Facebook post. I send that all the time. I do think about people. I think about people on my team that I haven't heard from. And I love to reach out and say, I was thinking about you today. There's a reason why I thought about them. So I want to make sure I don't miss it because it could be something they're going through that opens up the door to have a conversation that I can help them or they come back into our business. Because everyone goes through seasons. So don't worry about that. Be there for the people. I went through seasons, but I always stayed engaged because it was important to me I wanted to build a legacy for our business. And I remember I went back and I said, this business could. This is a legacy. It's built a legacy for us. Lots of people can make 350, 500,000, whatever a year. But they don't have time freedom. They don't have, and we have more ways to have time freedom through all the resources and tools the company's giving us. How about just remembering that someone's daughter had surgery? Ask how they're doing. Remember their name. I know life's been busy. Just wanted to know I was thinking about you, right? I mean, come on. Who doesn't say they're busy? Everyone's busy. I'm busy, but you still think about people. What if no one thought about you? What if no one messaged you? What if no one asked you to come into this business? How would you feel? You got to be brave. You have to go after it. Here's your action steps. Every evening, ask yourself, well, guess what? Tonight's an evening, unless you're a guest, maybe listening another time. Who can I encourage before today's over? Before you go to bed tonight, what's one text you can send a customer or a team member? How about a voice memo? If they hear your voice, people respond to that. Maybe make a phone call. Who's been on your mind? Just pick up the phone and call them. Or do a 3-way conversation. Do a 3-way message every single day. Small steps, big impacts. Build strong relationships. One thing that's changed my business over the years is I don't let momentum die. I know I said that already. I want to talk about this action step. Think about the person who changed your life. Was it because they posted something on Facebook or social media? Or is it because they invested in you? It's a really good question. I'm sure it's because they invested in you. They called you. They cared. It wasn't the like.
These transforming glasses automatically adjust to what you're looking at. All glasses have this tiny flaw.
We've been 5 years full time. Yes, we have a house on wheels. We've gone to 42 states. Eric and I love it. It was on my vision board when I started. This is a picture of our RV. It's called The Adventure at the Black Pearl. You can follow us on Facebook. I share Juice Plus in the business everywhere I go because you never know who you're going to run into. This is Yellowstone. It was our favorite place. I actually want to go back for several months. I love it there. Live life to the fullest. I'm always sharing Juice Plus along the way. This isn't my dream. This is what consistency made possible. I wasn't chasing an RV. I was chasing freedom. I was chasing freedom. I was chasing time. I was chasing family. I was chasing choices that I wanted to be able to make. Also to learn it and teach it to other people. We signed that distributor application for a reason. If you want to build a team, it's the funnest thing that you'll ever find in your life. It's the most rewarding. But we signed that not to step away, not to not be there. You made a commitment. You're here for a reason. The RV is simply proof of thousands of conversations I've had. This business was never about selling capsules, honestly. It became helping moms, building leaders, giving children nutrition, being able to go on a mission trip. Never thought that would happen. Met my last teammate, who's actually's house I'm at right now. We're in Tennessee. Met Sarah, and met her in Nicaragua. Got to build a relationship with her, and she'll be an NMD, I promise you. At her house, we have a big event tomorrow night. Came here after the boot camp. I'm going to do a wellness presentation because I'm going to teach it to her team, and they're going to be able to do it because I showed them, and they're going to be set free. It's awesome. Awesome how we can do things for other people. The relationships we build are last forever. Leadership is transferable. Here it is. There's a picture of Sarah right there. Some other team that was with me at the boot camp. I love this one. Leadership isn't taught, it's actually caught. All right. It's transferable. Your team isn't going to duplicate what you know. They're going to duplicate what you see. Don't collect people. Think about who changed your life. I promise you it wasn't because you made a great Facebook post. It was because they had a conversation with you. And that's what made the difference. What are your people watching? They're watching how you follow up, how you encourage, how you respond, how you celebrate, and how you handle disappointment. They're watching far more than they're listening. People often ask me how I've stayed in the business for 19 years. It's not because I have the perfect words. It's because I rarely let a relationship go cold. I don't wait for the perfect moment. I try to create it by reaching out, making a connection. If it's a message, if it's a call, I guarantee you that if you can add that activity back into your business, it's going to make a huge difference. I ask myself, who needs encouragement today? Those little moments have built my entire business. Here's the 30-day challenge that we just went over. Reach out to one person every day, ask better questions, make 3-way connections, follow up within 24 hours. And how about this one? How about encouraging someone and expecting nothing back? How many times have you said, I've messaged someone and haven't heard from them? Like, don't always expect back. That maybe they're going through something. Maybe they had a hard day. Maybe their husband just walked out on them. You don't know what's happening. Just encourage someone without expecting nothing back. I believe in you. I know that you're here for a reason. Small daily actions become extraordinary leaders. So, some closing thoughts. Think about people over platforms. Think about conversations over content, and think about belief over the buzz. Leaders over likes. We have to get away from thinking about what we're going to post and who's liking it. Go deeper, people. Technology changes, but people still want to be heard, believed in, and connected. We want to go build leaders instead of chasing likes. So think about this, 20 years from now, Facebook will probably look different. Who knows if it'll be here? AI will look different. Technology will look different. But one thing that won't change, people still want someone that believes in them. People still want someone who listens to them. People still want someone who follows up. People still want someone who cares. Think about raising your children. Like, if they just texted back and forth, that's great, but they need to hear you. When they call you, it's because they need to hear you, especially adult children, like the ones that just empty nester. My kids are 23 and 26 now. They need to hear us. They want to hear what we say. They are listening. People still want someone who cares. So let's go out and build people. And you'll never have to chase your business again. So I want to thank you guys for all of your attention tonight. I hope you got something out of that and that you're inspired to go out and build relationships.
Well, I don't know how that made you feel. The second time I've gone through it. And I don't know, there's so much content. I think that over the next couple of weeks, we could take one idea and break it down for a few minutes. But if you want to add anything before we say goodnight, Linda Pimentel, love this training. Thank you. So powerful. I needed to hear this. Who said Beth is totally, Amy Hopkins. Beth is, it's pretty amazing, isn't it? We don't build business, we build people. So, the recording, we've got the recording, of course, and you have access to that. I can make sure if you want to see it again and again and again, we can get that for you. Okay. All right, my friends. Chris Badger, thank you. Love you guys.
Terry, that was really powerful.
Thank you, Terry.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good night. Good night.
guys.
Love you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Terry.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.